I'm using this to run my entire RV. It has a 30 amp plug in it. It has a charge controller in it. It has the inverter in it. So I am currently running my entire 35-foot Class A on this, and I'm pretty darn excited about it.
Right. Hi everyone, welcome back to our next video. Today we are going to look at the Aferiy 3600, which is a really nice power station. They did send this to us to evaluate, and we get to keep it. You're going to keep it.
Yes.
And you've been using it for a while now.
I sure have, about a month.
Everything we find good and bad, we will tell you, which so far, I don't think there's been any bad, has there?
There hasn't. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I almost prefer to tell you something bad, so it seems like a more balanced review. But at this point, I don't have anything negative to report. I just am really, really happy with Afrey and this power station in particular. And I've used one of their different power stations for about 6 weeks now, and it's performing honestly better than Jackery, which is a much more expensive and sort of well-known brand. So far, I'm a big fan.
And I've never used one before. They're new to me, but I do read all the reviews and watch all the reviews on Amazon, and they are very, very well reviewed by others who are probably more knowledgeable. They're actual electrical engineers. And so far, the reviews have just been really good.
Oh, I have a negative.
Yeah,
Yay!
it is huge.
I have a negative. It is too heavy for me to lift upstairs myself. I mean, there is no way I can do that. I cannot lift this into a car or into my bus or RV by myself. Bob has to help me. My mom helped me. My friend helped me. So it's such a beefy machine. It's so heavy that that's my one negative. We've got Bob pulling the Aferiy P310 3600, which I have just been so excited about. And it is so heavy. There's no way I could lift that down my RV stairs without Bob. But along with the heaviness comes a tremendous amount of power.
That's what, yeah, they go together. And it does have the wheels.
Yes.
And the handle. And so other than lifting it up over something, it's easy to move around.
It is. Whenever it's flat on the ground, in fact, you can see Bob rolling that up to basically our filming spot right here. And so it's designed very well. The handle's very sturdy. Because I saw what this power station can do, I elected to not put a very expensive and complicated power system with the inverter, with the multiple MPPT controllers and all the stuff. I'm using this to run my entire RV. It has a 30 amp plug in it. It has a charge controller in it. It has the inverter in it. So I am currently running my entire 35-foot Class A on this, and I'm pretty darn excited about it.
Right. And it has expandability. So they make batteries, and you can just add another battery if you decide, well, I just don't have enough battery here. So because it's so expandable, it's just a plug-in. You plug in a cord that goes to an outside battery. It'll take up to 11,000 watt hours of battery. And for nearly all of us, that's more than you can need.
That is so much power.
That's so much, yeah.
I mean, I've been on the road for over 4 years now, and I'm happy when I have 2,000 watts of power.
Oh man, yeah, that's plenty.
Right?
It's been plenty for me.
So Bob, one of the first things that they share is that they offer a 7-year support period. On their website, they say it's a 7-year warranty. What do you think of that?
That's amazing. I mean, 5, for many years, they didn't even give you 5 years. They were 2 or 3, 4, but 5 was unusual. But 7, I don't think, that I know of off the top of my head, I don't know anyone else that gives you 7 years.
Well, and what that tells me just kind of right off the bat is that there's confidence in their own product. If they're going to offer warranty for that long, then they feel confident about their product. Yeah. Okay. So another thing they say is that there is a durable LiFePO4 battery maintaining 80% capacity after 4,000 plus cycles. Right.
Yeah. And you definitely don't want anything but a LiFePO4. They're safer, they're efficient, and they last a long time. So getting 10 years out of this for the average person should be really easy.
And so you kind of spoke to this. They share that there is massive expandable capacities. And you spoke to that you can add.
Right, you can add 2 batteries, and they're each at 3,800, I believe. But the bottom line is, when you add your extra batteries, you have 11,000 some odd watt hours of battery, and that's just huge.
Now, one of these things, it does have fast charging. You can charge this entire thing in an hour and a half if you're hooked up to AC and solar combined. But I will tell you, I actually almost had a freak out moment. I had my RV's generator running, which is a 4,000 watt generator. But I was worried I was gonna like blow a circuit breaker because this almost immediately started to pull in 2,600 watts.
2,600?
Yeah, off my AC.
Wow.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's not, wow. That's all I can say is wow.
Right, so you can charge it quickly if you're in a pinch and you need to. Just be careful about your circuit breaker. And I believe that there's a little knob on here, which we'll show you, where you can adjust that wattage, but I didn't want to risk that in my RV because the electrical system is so sensitive. So if you do plug this in, I personally recommend plugging it into a house AC with a big breaker system.
Yeah, and having this knob up here where you can actually physically control the amount of voltage that it's charging at off of your 110, that's completely unusual. I have never seen anyone do that before. A knob is just truly exceptional. Mostly you have to go into the app, and of course this has an app too, and it's a great app. They're all great. But most of them you have to go into the app to control the amount of voltage. This one has an actual physical knob, and yeah, I think that's a really good thing. All of them make this really big deal out of how fast they charge. But one of the best things about LiFePO4 batteries is you can charge them really fast. However, up to a limit, and then after a certain limit, you're actually doing a little bit of damage by charging them too fast. So most people will tell you 1,200 watts is the sweet spot. You're never going to damage the battery at 1,200 watts, but it's charging fast. And one of the things that they do that's really good and most don't do is they will let you charge at up to 160 volt. And I know it's a little bit technical and I don't want to overwhelm you with it, but if you try to combine panels together, they start to accumulating voltage unless you put them all in parallel. And serial, which increases the voltage every time you add one, the voltage goes up. You can't do that very much. So you're talking about using 6 200 watt panels, but they're 12 volt panels. So you can easily do those 6 200 watt panel, 215 watt panels and keep it in under 2,000, under 160 volt.
All right, Bob, do you want to give us a walkthrough of what we've got here?
Yeah, it's like most. However, I do love this. This lets you decide how fast you're going to charge, and I really, really like that. I think having a knob on the outside is a big deal. And for some reason, nearly all of them cheat you out of USB ports. This gives you 4 USB ports, and I love that because you need 4. And then it has 2 USB-As, 4 USB-Cs, and it has 100 watt, and the others are 20. And of course, you get a cigarette lighter plug, which that's also excellent. And then you get I believe this is a 5. These are both 5.5s, and that's a kind of a needle plug that you can use, and is becoming really, really common. And then it has an XT60, and then you could connect that to a fuse block.
Oh.
And then you could run all your 12 volt items into that fuse block. It takes 12 volt at 25 amp. And that's quite a lot of power. Now, yeah, all the ACs are in here. So you get, how many do you get? 4. And then the big 30 amp to run your, and you're using that now.
I am. I'm using that. It's fantastic.
And this is 3,600. You can go a total for the 4 of them up to 3,600. They did something kind of cool back here. Let me get it in the sun. If you have extra batteries, they plug in here. And this is where the solar goes. This is an XT90. This isn't the 60 because it takes 2,000 watts, and that's a little more than an XT60 can handle. This looks exactly like it, except it's an XT90, and so it will handle more voltage. One more thing you can see back here, which is unusual, is of course you got the wheels, and you've got this thing. This thing is designed and intended to stand on end. That's why that's there. And now all your controls are up here.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah. You know, one other thing I'll share that I'm personally happy with is it's very quiet.
Yo, that's huge.
Yes. So Bob, would you like to help me set this up?
Yeah, I've set up a lot of these big ones and they're awkward.
It's hard with one person for sure. I set this up myself and I thought it's going to be so much easier with two. We got it. High five. So this here is Afrey's model of their 400 watt foldable solar panel. What would be the circumstance where this would be a good fit for them, where they should buy a folding panel?
Well, you can't put it on the roof. You know, if you have a rig where you just can't get solar on the roof or you can't get enough solar on the roof, then yeah, one of these where you can just carry it in and carry it out and then lay it out. And one of the best things about this, well, you know, you could buy the hard panels, which is kind of what you're doing right now, but they're bigger and heavier.
Yes.
You know, they're much harder to handle.
Right.
And with one of these, you can carry it out and put it out in the sun while you park in the shade.
I prefer hard panels, but if you can't have them for one reason or another, or if you just want kind of a supplement panel, I like that there's 400 watts that can fold up. Yeah, so this folds down, so 400 watts folds.
It's easily handleable.
Yes, and it's not heavy at all.
I have some 400s that are quite a bit heavier. So this is, I mean, they're heavy. If you've ever handled the 200, it's double the weight, maybe more. But yeah, this one seems lighter than most. So you've been using it for a while and you're entirely happy with it.
Yes.
And so you'll just keep using it. You're using it as your main system inside your new to you Class A.
That's right.
And so if we have any more problems, or we'll come back 6 months, a year, and tell people how it's doing.
Absolutely, because I think that can happen. You know, you see how things last over time.
Yeah.
So far, I'm really happy with this, and we'll let you know.
So we think it's great. We're really, really happy with it. The price is phenomenal.
We're going to put codes down in our description and in our pinned comment. And even on the website itself, it's like 54% off. So you can get this thing for, I believe, it's $1,079. You'll have to go check it out, and prices are subject to change based off of when you watch this video.
Yeah, don't pay full price for any power station. You just wait, be patient, and they'll go on sale.
Power is expensive, and if we can find really good power stations that might not be the huge name brand ones at this point, I think it's great to be able to bring that information to our viewers.
Yeah. Power stations are one of your biggest investments, so getting it right the first time is really important.
Yeah. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you later.